commercial beef operation, he gained a passion for preparing steers and showing cattle at Total College in the mid-80s. Then continued to show cattle all over Australia, local features and national breed and rural shows. Tim's passion was definitely steer focused, first of all preparing and exhibiting in carcass comps and then judging lead steers all over the country. Experience with MSA, grading carcasses and collecting marbling and eating quality data moulded his way to analyse stock. Many years now as a livestock agent, utilising the auction plus sale by description form of marketing stock, fat scoring, instruction scoring and objective assessing of livestock, including carcass trading and appraisal. Him and his partner Kerry run a stud and commercial operation in Dorado as well in his spare time. Supply steers to school programs and lightly show their seed stock at the old local show. I hope you enjoyed the day and it's great pleasure to have you here again, so thank you, mate. You will also notice, just cruising around with that camera, is Ben Brooksby. This has been live streamed all day and you can see it on any of our show links, so any of you that are younger than 50 know all about that stuff. It is live from now and it will be throughout the day. Thanks Ben for that too. First class in class 402, Purebred Steer 390 to 450.
Okay, good morning everybody. Thank you very much for having us over here in South Australia. We come over on Wednesday afternoon and we experienced a couple of days in the Adelaide Hills yeah, just unbelievable stone houses and the wonders. So yeah, we really enjoyed our stay. We also head to McLaren Club tomorrow, so look out McLaren Club. Look, it's an absolute passion of mine, steers. Showing steers, preparing them, carcass, analysation, schools, all the above is an absolute passion. I think a steer show that has been put together by the committee of this magnitude is absolutely magnificent for the industry. It's a shop front for the industry and it's a good way to get schools and youth involved in the beef industry. I'm going to start with I'm just going to be as transparent as I can. So as I select, I'm going to ask all these classes to stand on the back line. I'm going to pull my steers forward that hit the specifications and then I'm going to start to analyse those steers. So the specs for that outside people, it's awfully important you realise our specs on the P8 are 6 millimetres is the minimum. So I want that optimum on the P8 be 7 or 8 in these smaller classes. And then on the rib there's always a 15% correlation downwards. So they only have to have 5 on the rib. So the P8 area that I'll be analysing is this area and the rib is here on the 12th and 13th. So as I explained, I just want steers to hit the specifications. So as you stand behind this part, he's got the indication of cover. He's nice and soft on his P8. Ask him to go forward please. Same steer, probably a little bit squatter in his makeup, longer in his hip to pin and good eye muscle. That fellow to go forward as well, thanks. Steer, European steer, so you have a lot more expression of muscle just start to see a little bit of a seam here, which maybe not covered completely. He's fairly soft to touch, and remember you only need 6 millimetres on the P8 and 5 on the ribs. He definitely has 5, he's probably got 8 on the ribs to go forward. This animal he's starting to show signs, physical signs of a fat cover. If you have a look at the big anal fold there, probably the size of a softball. Put a touch on the P8. Always, if schools are watching, always put your hand on that P8 first, because that's the only spot in an abattoirs that they are measured. You've got plenty on him, but also got some carcass there on the high end of the spec. But ask him to go forward. High end of the specifications. Just a little bit harder to touch. See the hair type, not quite, you know, that bloomy type hair type. Probably specification is going to be on the bottom side. There's a pretty heavy carcasses ahead of him. Fella here, bit of grow about him, pretty soft to touch on. That P8 has got a cricket ball almost there, so good sign of 7 or 8 mil. Nice and soft. Go forward, please. Follow here. Nice and soft, probably a bit more cover in, a bit shorter, but compact, nice expression of muscle. Remembering, quite expensive, it cuts a metre up high. You go forward 2, please. Pretty good cattle this first pass. Well, it's going to be high up on the spec. So I think we need 6 mils. He's going to have 9 or 10 at least on the P8, same over the rib. Buddy. Yeah, high end of that specification. Euros might grab him just for rawness of muscle, but he's expected so he goes forward. He's a bit like me, this fella. He's sawn off. Little bit of shape there, nice cover over the rib. Yes, not heaps on that P8. And huge expression, a bit of muscle. Indicators there of a golf ball, so just as 5 mil. Go forward, please. I'm going to struggle for spec, eh? Just on that P8, what I'm after is the density of fat, so I'm trying to feel the fat. Straight away put your hand on that steer. It's just a bit harder to touch. Hasn't got the indications of a golf ball there. So under his spec, he'd be alright on the rib, but it's going to be under his spec on the P8. Like his eye muscle, but just that specification on the P8. We've got some beautiful steers ahead of us. Steer there with a lot of colour. Just starting to get a little bit too much over the rib for this carcass weight. So plenty of cover on him. High end of the specs. He can go forward though. He does get him, but he is high end of his spec. Beware the red pole. I've judged a lot of carcass comps and they have snuck up and made me squeal before, I tell you. They are very good as eye muscle. They're tremendous cattle in the primal cuts. He has got his cover. He does his spec, so he goes forward. I see here that looks to have the indication of the fat cover. As I said before, only needs a 6 mil. He's got a good indication there to me. Back in the old days, we used to look underneath them for a cod, but these days they're all run, so it's awfully hard. Most of them are, so awfully hard to get an indication of that. So I go for the anal fold, just a good indication of fat cover. Really good top line on him. Going to have plenty over his rib. You can go forward. Fella here a bit high off the ground. He'll spec up, but just going to lose some eye muscle to the steer ahead of him. Right, British steer. Not going Then probably show cane there would have been ideal. Right, so steer that's going to have his specification is a nice hip to fin. He's got a eye muscle in it. He's going to give a fair bit away at the eye muscle, so we'll just leave him where he is. Right, let's concentrate now on the better cow. The cows that hit the specifications have all the carcass attributes. Right, so just a combination now of eye muscles. Now, I do have a look at the scans, but I stick with my own eyesight on my eye muscles the best I can. Just use the scans as an indication. Take that steer up over where Tom is there, please. Haven't placed these steers yet, but I'm sort of aiming for the top 4 or 5. So, cattle hit the specification, as I spoke about. I want that big eye muscle. That's where all the expensive cuts are, from the rump right to the shoulder. So really trying to find medium to maturity pattern. But got to remember, if we consign stock to a abattoir, it's all right to hit for one animal to hit the specification. We need 100 animals to hit the spec. So what that means, we don't want an outlier. We don't want this huge muscle animal that has just hit his spot. We want 100 of them. So we want an animal that's easy to breed, structurally sound. I don't mind that car. We can go stand on the other side of that black fellow. Whether he's going to have the eye muscle to go with those Euros, it's a beautiful carcass. It's a really nice, light carcass. He's going to be high up in his spec, but there's just a fair bit of and eating quality in that calf is going to be pretty good.
Attention exhibitors, your attention please. Attention arrow, you need to be getting your steers out. Competition has
Go forward again.
Get your steers down here, please.
And the black down the bottom, and then this black, please. Yep, that's it. Safety cot steer here, I like him really good eye muscle too, nice and long in his carcass. Just let me see that seam there. Just indicating that the silver side hasn't got enough to protect it from the chilling side of things. So he's going to have the cover. We'll have him down there as a spare. Can I do that, Tom? So have him down on that line too, please. Rightio, let's get serious. Yes, I am. Thank you. Right, so we'll just have to pull that grey out of there. Hope everyone's seeing the same thing that I'm doing. As I said, as you analyse that steer carcass leak, when you put these Euro cattle that have that eye muscle, have the high yielding carcass, and they have the fat cover, that grey steer just gets a little bit lost amongst them. So we'll just pull him out, and we'll put Lewis, your steer, and then the next steer, yours, thank you. Right, so we're high yielding, heavy muscle cattle, specification, hit the spec, 6 mil and up. Don't want too much on the rib, because that's where a lot of cattle that have been on feed will drop out. We'll go on the high end of that rib, so as much carcass and much expression as we can. Then you can fly in there. Right. Now we're starting to get some sort of form. I like the base. I know I'm going to say some comments as we get down, but I like it. The base in that steer when he stands up properly, very wide in his base. It's like only Schwartz can dig up and he had all the muscle. You have to stand wide because he had the muscle. So I like that steer. I think he's got enough cover, really good in the P8 areas. We've got the third sacral, the vertebrae right in the P8, plenty of cover. Whether he's going to have too much, he has got plenty of rib fat, heaps of rib fat. Follow the same. Probably not quite as much rib fat and a little even on his P8. This fella's a little bit scarcer on the P8 because of that huge extraction of muscle. Just drops off his top there a bit. I like that big strong spine. Just drops off his top. Right, rib fat, rib fat, rib fat. What was the open scale of that? Tom? 5, 6, 8. 8 on them. He's got it. He's got it. That way. Thank you. All right. That one there.
Thank you very much, Tim. We'll certainly never take for granted just the wonderful experience we'll get listening to Tim as he goes through these steers this morning. So in class 402, in first position we have exhibit number 37, Lakota Livestock. It's Lakota Time Waster T3. In second position, entrant 29 is Bentail Simmental, St Paul T483. In position number 3 is entrant 61, Spence Showsteers, Spence Curl the Mo T21. Congratulations to all these steers. Thanks, Tim.